Not a holiday season goes by without us driving around looking for Christmas lights, especially the ones that have the music that go with them, as well as doing Christmas cookies with the family. We always have our cookie recipe that's been passed down from generation to generation. There's usually an argument on whether red hots are appropriate on the cookies or not, but it's always a good time.
The Christmas tradition I'm really looking forward to this year is baking with my grandma. Every year we go to her house, bake cookies, hardtack candy. Me and my cousins all go spend the whole day with my grandma.
What I look forward to every Christmas is all of my family getting together at my mom and dad's house, seeing all my nieces and nephews, and my daughter now coming home is one of the best things happening. So just spending time with family.
So our family and my family, we are actually Italian. So one of our traditions is that we always make a pasta dish for every single holiday. This year we actually had a pasta dish that was in our family for a hot second, along with some of our Italian cookies that we make as well. They're the Italian egg cookie.
All right, a tradition that I do, 3 words, cookie baking competition, and it gets competitive with my family.
So my son Aiden is 13 years old. I think when he was about 7 years old, I went to the mall and decided to get him a drone, like these little ball drones that have little helicopter things on top. Well, I talked the guy into getting 2 for the same price as 1. I love to negotiate. So I get home and I'm all excited about this, and it's getting close to the holidays, and I think Christmas was right around the corner. And I'm not sure if we waited until Christmas Day, but I remember when we got it out of the box, took it out, it was just a little box, took it out. Well, why read those directions? That doesn't make any sense. Like say, okay, let's go outside and fly this thing and see how it works. Turn it on, and as soon as it turned on, all the spinny things started happening, and it went up and up, and it just kept on going, and it didn't stop, and it just went somewhere down the neighborhood, and I was like, we just lost your drone. And he started, he was upset about it. He's only 7. And I said, but we got another one. We're going to read the directions this time. So when you're opening those Christmas gifts, read those directions.
Every year for Christmas, my family goes to the Coney Island light show. So we had to wait in line in our car for like an hour or so, and then we get some hot chocolate and we get to drive through the Christmas lights, and they're all queued up to Christmas songs. So that's our family tradition every year.
Something cool we do every year, I help my grandma make cookies. That's something really special we do together. I like helping her, and then we all get to share a bunch of cookies at the end of the year. But something my fiance introduced to us is something towards the end of the year. His grandma is actually Buddhist, and so when she comes back from the temple, she has these bracelets, and we all kind of gather around, and while she ties the bracelet on your wrist and says a little prayer, we'll touch that person that's getting the bracelet on, and we will wish good fortune, wealth, good health, and overall happiness while she's tying it, as a way to lead them into the new year and to finish off the end of the year. I think it's really fun, just kind of hoping for good luck for the next year. We'll wear the bracelet for a little while or until it falls off, and then we'll do it again in the middle of the year. But I just think it's kind of fun and kind of exciting to kind of hope and wish for good tidings for the new year.
On Christmas Eve, my cousins and I always gather for a nice Christmas Eve feast. We typically have some fish, some steak, a lot of great appetizers. Of course, you got to have shrimp as well, and just spend the night together, just kind of reminiscing the past year and kind of looking ahead to the new year as well. And then my wife and I started a tradition when our daughter was born 2 years ago to do matching Christmas pajamas. So we always look forward to that, putting them on Christmas Eve, and then opening presents Christmas morning with our daughter with our matching pajamas.
My favorite Christmas tradition is gotta be when my entire family gets together. We spend a lot of time baking together, and my favorite baked good for Christmas and the holidays, only get them once a year, is my great-grandma's Sicilian sugar cookie recipe. So this recipe is special because it takes 3 weeks to essentially marinate the cookie dough in the orange zest. And every time I get to eat these cookies with my family, I get to be reminded of my ancestors and kind of where they came from. So that would have to be my favorite Christmas tradition.
Every year on Christmas, my family looks for the Christmas pickle in the Christmas tree. The first one to find it gets a special Christmas present.
We have a couple traditions in our family. One of them is I have a number of cousins, along with my kids, which I have 4 of. They'll dress up in their pajamas, all the same pajamas. So you got like 40 some cousins all dressed in, all the little guys. Well, some are getting older now, but everybody's wearing pajamas. And so it's pretty cool to see, take one big picture with all these little kids from little babies to all the way up to the teenagers. So that's pretty cool. The other neat thing is my mom always makes Buckeyes, and my kids help with that. And so it's rolling those peanut butter balls. So there's a lot of peanut butter balls that get rolled up, and then eating those Buckeyes. Those things are delicious.